is 7 a.m. here, and after boarding a 2-hour flight from Santiago, we have reached Calama airport. So we picked up our rental car and now we are driving towards San Pedro de Atacama, which is a small village also popularly known as Gateway to Atacama Desert. Atacama is a desert plateau located in northern part of Chile between the Andes and the Chilean coast range, which catches virtually all the precipitation, leaving Atacama with practically no rain at all, hence the driest place on earth. So our first stop is Mirador Antay, which is situated in Cordillera de la Sal, which means salt mountain range. Is composed of large deposits of salt, gypsum and red-colored clay and is a beautiful landscape filled with natural sculptures. So this viewpoint is one of the 3 most popular sunset points in this area. Another interesting fact about Atacama. So the soil samples taken from Mars have been identified as being surprisingly similar to those taken from the Atacama Desert. As a result, NASA uses the Atacama Desert to test instruments that will go on missions to the Red Planet. So we have finally reached our hotel, Jardin Atacama. It had a private parking for our car, which was a plus, and it felt more like a homestay than a hotel, and we absolutely loved it. So San Pedro de Atacama grew over centuries around an oasis in Atacama Plateau. It is also known for its old-style adobe houses and dirt roads. Adobe is a kind of mud brick made with earthen materials. There are a lot of tour offices here to book excursions as well. So it's around 2 p.m. and while walking around we found this amazing vegetarian food restaurant and we were quite impressed with the preparation and presentation of food, so highly recommended. As we walked around, we came across this beautiful church near the main square called Iglesia San Pedro de Atacama. This church was built in 17th century and is the second oldest church in Chile. So Plaza de San Pedro de Atacama is the main square in this village and has arts and crafts market as well. San Pedro is rich in culture and has a legacy that was born thousands of years ago with the first communities of Atacaminos. After having an amazing lunch, as we drive around, we spot this volcano called the Licancabur volcano, which is an active volcano and has a very impressive symmetric shape. With constant 30-degree slopes, it stands out from anywhere in this region and cannot be missed. It's 3:30 p.m. and we are at our next stop, which is Valle de la Luna, also known as Moon Valley, and is located around 13 kilometers from San Pedro de Atacama. It's known as Moon Valley because of the geological formations that have very strong resemblance to Moon's surface. By the way, this is one of the most popular attractions in Atacama. So this is our first stop at the Moon Valley, and this is known as Big Dune or the Duna Mare. There are some walking trails to reach to the top for the best views. After a 20-minute hike, we are now at the top and the view from here is totally out of the world. It does look like a moon crater here at Moon Valley. The next towards the upper right side of the screen is the amphitheater, which provides a panoramic view of the valley, and it has various stone and sand formations which have been carved by wind and water. So now is the time to experience some snow. As you can see on both sides, some white flakes lying on the ground. Actually, this is not snow, but the salt, and is everywhere in the Atacama Desert. Evaporation of water from lakes led to salt crystals left behind, and all of this making Atacama dry, salty, and simply stunning. Las Tres Marias, which means 3 women praying. These are rock formations composed of gravel, clay, salt, gems and quartz created by natural erosion over millions of years ago. I came to know that the rocks here at the Moon Valley are musical. Well, as we stand near the rocks in a quiet corner, we can hear the rhythmic crackling of the salt as a result of the pressure in the rocks. So it took us around 2.5 hours to go around the Moon Valley, and as we are driving back, we can see the volcano Licancabur clearly visible from here and adding to the beauty of the landscape. Deep red rocks, the massive sand dunes, and the speckling of salt across the surface is like nothing else I have seen on Earth. We are back in San Pedro as we decided not to stay for sunset at Moon Valley. The evenings are very lively and musical here at San Pedro at the main square, and we surely enjoyed that. So it's the time to end our day at San Pedro de Atacama with some nice music and some nice dinner at this restaurant.